Hello guys, welcome back to Kerspoli channel. This video I want to share about Global Lab update for 18 September 2023 maintenance update. But be noticed, all content on this Global Lab video was recorded on Global Lab server, so this is all content that will update on our live server in future, and mostly all this update will implement on Korea live server next week maintenance update, and following outside Korea server if they already feel this content already ready to release outside Korea server globally. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, this is official website from Global Lab server at 18 September 2023. First feature update that they mention is War of the Roses. Actually, about this War of the Roses, this is new type of PvP content that have large scale 300 versus 300 between Kama Sylvia and Odelita region. And at least on this week Global Lab update, they just announced this War of the Roses already ready, and they will share more detailed info on special developer commentary video that will release at 22 September 2023. And this War of the Roses will begin in form of pre-season for each region server. And this is table schedule for War of the Roses that will release in future. And this war will progress in form of cycle that will held once every 2 weeks. And there are some applications for participating as main guild for each faction. And surprisingly, progress for this War of the Roses only 2 hours. That they will do it on specific day, especially at Sunday. And this is detailed information how to apply to participate on this War of the Roses, especially application for guild leader for any guild who want to participate on this war. And they mention up to 100 guild member or alliance can participate on each faction. And guild that can be participate must win at least 1 tier node, either tier 4 or tier 5, within 2 weeks period to participating on this event. And they will accumulate some point if your guild winning on Node War or Conquest War, that your guild can earn some point that will accumulate within previous 2 weeks. And for guild participating cost, this is will cost 10 billion silver guild fund, and in case you participate in form of alliance, this is also cost 10 billion silver guild fund for leader on alliance guild. But if you didn't select it as guild leader on each faction, this guild fund will be returned to your guild. Okay, I think that's all. Some important information for applying in form of guild during this War of the Roses to be chosen as commanding guild for each faction. And now about any player outside guild who want to participate during this War of the Roses. Up to 200 people for each faction can participate as mercenary on this war. And they mention requirement to apply as mercenary during this War of the Roses. You need your character at least have gear score 680 gear score for total AP and DP. And this is minimum threshold that you need to achieve to can be participate during this War of the Roses. So by seeing this 680 gear score, this is mentioned you cannot participate using seasonal character gear. So you must have at least total 680 gear score that they will count attack power based on the higher value either from main weapon or awakening weapon. And if you apply as mercenary, you will be selected to random faction. And to apply participating during this War of the Roses, your account must have 500 million silver on your personal fund, and the silver will use as ticket to register during this event. But don't worry, if you not selected as mercenary, this 500 million silver will refund and return to your account. And there are some reserve mercenary mechanic that you also can participate, but this reserve mercenary only will apply if specific faction doesn't have 300 people, so any reserve mercenary are eligible to participate during this war. And during War of the Roses, there are no safe zone on each area, and all area classify as combat zone. And when this War of the Roses is start, Black Spirit Rage level will reset for all participants. And the commander for each faction leader guild, each main guild leader on commanded guild can select 3 people as either to assist the commander. And winning condition for War of the Roses, this War of the Roses will winning if you defeating another faction commander NPC either from Kama Sylvia region or Odelita region. And as you can see on this picture, this is commander from Kama Sylvia region and this is commander for Odelita region that you need to defeat for each faction. And during this War of the Roses, there are 20 pieces sanctuary around this battlefield that you can occupy to summon some monster to help you during this battle. And to occupy this sanctuary, you must defeat the monster on its specific sanctuary. And when this monster is defeated, friendly monster will spawn to help your faction. And this monster will keep appearing in fixed duration from its sanctuary. And there are 7 sanctuary for each faction, either from Kama Sylvia and Odelita region. And this is any list for 7 nodes that you can activate each sanctuary to summon special NPC monster to help you in battle. But to occupy the sanctuary, you must occupy it in order, starting from the closest sanctuary, connect to your castle from your faction. And if you kill monster that didn't connect its sanctuary to your faction castle, you cannot occupy the sanctuary even you kill those monster. And they mentioned there are 1 natural sanctuary, or they called spirit altar, that can be occupied by injecting black spirit rays into the monster that appears on this altar. And each time you occupying its sanctuary, this sanctuary will grant you passive effect for any troop on that camp. And this is some effect from sanctuary buff that you can get AP plus 50, damage reduction plus 50, black spirit rates recovery plus 2.5% for each 10 seconds, all resistant plus 10%, maximum HP plus 2000 point, 10% movement speed, and 5% attack speed buff. And for natural sanctuary occupation effect, you will get special war mount, either tank or elephant, get some spirit protection effect. Actually about this buff, this is to help you conquer castle for certain period of time. And during this War of the Roses, they also prepare some tactical map during this war for each faction. And they mention if participant on this War of the Roses is die, they can resurrect by select on one of occupation sanctuary on this tactical map. And they can choose between 2 methods, either quick resurrection for 30 seconds and normal resurrection for 45 seconds. But take notice for quick resurrection, this is will revive you with 13% maximum HP. But for normal resurrection, this is will revive you with 100% maximum health XP, but will take longer time to do this resurrection. And any commander and vice commander also can view some location for all friendly player on this tactical map, and also for enemy location that visible in field of view for that player. And commander also can use commander specific skill to assign special mission for any mercenary on this tactical map. But they mentioned this War of the Roses, we cannot check it on Black Desert Global Lab right now and will update directly later on our live server near future. But at least for this War of the Roses, we already have more detailed preview how this war will works. And just prepare anything to participate during this War of the Roses, especially for your combat gear and your guild. Okay, next some information about guild skill command together. This skill command together on your guild that previously have cooldown 11 hours, in future they will reduce it only 4 hour cooldown. So after this update come, any guild can use this skill command together every 4 hours after last use. Okay, next about class balancing. On this week, there are some class that got balancing. First class is Sorceress class, especially for Sorceress Succession. And the Sorceress Succession got huge buff, either they fix some issue for some skill animation and also its combo. And next they also increase this debuff for magic defense decrease from 15 point to become 20 point for 10 seconds. But for this skill got nerf that they just changed this bone effect when successful hit target to apply only for monster. And for another succession skill, this skill got reduced its skill cooldown from 12 seconds to become 9 seconds. And then for this flow skill, they just add debuff for 9% reduction for all evasion rate for 10 seconds when you successful hit target using this skill. And then some skill got reduce its cooldown, like these two skill, that this first skill got reduce its cooldown from 16 second to become 14 second only, and for this skill, they just reduce its cooldown from 23 second to become 16 second only. And this is 5 skill that got buff for its PvE damage, but take notice PvP damage reduction also will increase, so PvP damage still same as before. And for Sorcerer's Awakening, they just improve this skill key to become can be used when you using another skill. And next class that got PvE buff is Musa Awakening, especially for its PvE damage. First skill for Musa class that got buff is this skill that they just increase this damage, but PvP damage reduction still same, so actually PvP damage also will increase for this skill. And for this skill got some adjustment that they just unify this hit damage, but number of hit for this skill got reduced, and critical hit chance from this skill got improved double than before, but PvP damage reduction also got adjustment. And some Musa Awakening skill also got improvement for their damage, following on this table for this 4 skill, but take notice PvP damage reduction also will increase, so PvP damage still same as before. And next class that got changed is Valkyrie, but for Valkyrie class, they just fix some issue for these 2 skill. And next class that got buff is Striker. Striker also got some improvement for their PvE damage, either for this skill, that they just improve this skill damage to become more higher than before, and also unify damage for its hit from this skill. And this 3 skill also got buff for its PvE damage, but PvP damage reduction rate also will increase, so PvP damage still nearly same as before. And this is another 3 skill for Striker class that got increase its PvE damage, and PvP damage still nearly same as before. And next for Nova class, for this week Nova didn't get some class balancing, they just fix some issue for this 4 skill. And next class that got balancing is Drakania. For this week Global Lab update, Drakania also got some PvE buff. For Drakania class, these 2 skill just got some fix, and special for this flow skill got some PvP nerf that they just increase PvP damage reduction rate from 34.8% to become 45%, so PvP damage for this skill just got reduced. And for this Drakania flow skill, for its prime type, they just add 3-point recovery effect for your combat source when you successful hit, and damage for this skill also got buff, especially for its PvE damage to become double than before, but they also just increase PvP damage reduction rate for this skill. And this is table for 3 skill for Drakania skill that got buff for its PvE damage, but PvP damage still same as before. Okay, next class is Wosa class. That they just change some debuff for this Wosa skill that previously have debuff magic defense decrease by 15 point for 10 seconds. They will change it to become all defense decrease by 20 point for 10 seconds. So this is improvement for debuff for Wosa class. Okay, next feature content that they will update in future. First, about ocean content. In future, if you want to craft Eperia sailboat and Eperia frigate ship, they will reduce material to craft these 2 ships to become half than before. As you can see, all this material just got reduced by half after this update come, but number of blueprints still same as before. And actually, about this blueprint, on previous week Global Lab update, they already buff this blueprint gain that I already mentioned on previous week Global Lab update, and this update will come on next week maintenance update to any live server outside Korea. And also, if you want to get Bartali ship, in future to get this Bartali ship become more easy, because they just change requirement for 100 solid pillar to become 5 pieces gold bar, 1000 G only. Even this is more expensive, but this is far more easy to get this gold bar rather than this solid pillar. And they also just improve for Margoria Pirate Fleet Monster Zone to become you can get Naval Fame when defeating any monster on this Margoria Pirate Fleet. And if you want to know more detail about this Margoria Pirate Fleet, you can check my guide and review about this Margoria Pirate Fleet Monster Zone that I explain on this video. And next, some change for Red Battlefield. In future protection buff from Dust NPC, they will remove this buff, but instead that you will get this buff automatically when you entering battle arena on this red battlefield, and duration for this buff just reduce from 16 seconds to become 8 seconds only. And also they just fix some issue for this Castle Ruin. This change make opponent cannot approach and attack when their opponent inside Watchtower. It's mean on Resurrection start point. And when you enter battlefield, you will automatically get some protection. And for Valencia City Red Battlefield, they just move the starting point to become more closer on the center of this battlefield. And next, some improvement for gathering minigame. In future, if you're doing minigame for sap collecting, they will buff this increased gauge when you're doing this minigame. So in future, to finish this sap gathering minigame, become more faster than before. And if you didn't know about this gathering minigame, you can unlock it using my guide about gathering minigame guide that I got you on this video. And next, some buff for loot drop from Offin World Boss. In future, they will remove attack pattern for this Offin World Boss, especially attack pattern when you need to destroy Offin barrier using Matlock. And also when this Offin Tet released to the battle, and his health dropped by 50%, he will teleport again to his mount. And in future, loot from this Offin World Boss will become increase, that they will increase drop for weapon box 2.25 times compared than before, and also drop rate for Valtara belt will increase 2.5 times compared than before, and Mythical Feeder drop rate will increase double than before. And any magic crystal, they will increase its drop rate 2.5 times compared than before. And for Forest Fury, this Forest Fury drop rate will increase twice than before. And number of Vinted like fragment also will increase 2.5 times compared than before. So you can get more of this item after this update come. And any other item loot from this Offin World Boss also will increase following on this table, and most of them just increase 2 until 3 times than before. And in future, if you grinding on Traitor Cemetery in Mary Cave, that located on this area on map at Calpeon region, you can get this Magic Crystal Nature Endurance from this monster zone by low chance. And then some update info for Ulukita region, that they already mentioned Ulukita third monster zone is coming soon. And third area for this Ulukita have special main quest that will update after this expansion for this Ulukita region is released. But before they release this expansion region for this Ulukita, they will release pre-quest that will update first near future. And requirement to get this pre-quest, you must use character who have finished Valencia main quest. And the main reward by finishing this pre-quest from Ulukita region, you will get special title from this pre-quest. And more detail about this pre-quest, I will guide you later when this content update to our live server in future, so stay tuned on Chris Poly channel. And next, some improvement for Not War and Siege War. In future, they will make this flag can be removed during Not War and Conquest War. And also some resurrection mechanic inside Castle Gate, they just make some change for this content. And if you success to destroy outer and inner gate for this castle during Conquest War, this Conquest War duration will extend as before. And next, some quality of life update, especially for your party, platoon, or your guild mate horse that have two-seater. In future, they will change to mount any other player mount that have two-seater. That previously key to mount any other player is same by pressing R. In future, they will change it to become Shift R, so you will not accidentally mount your friendly horse that have two-seater skill. And then some change for Cadre Elephant, especially for its attack skill during Not War and Conquest War. In future, charge skill for this Cadre Elephant will increase its attack distance 1.42 times compared than before. And also change for this frontal attack to become attack in surround circle pattern. And also another skill for this Cadre Elephant just got increase its attack distance by 1.86 times compared than before. And also improve speed for this skill. And next, some quality of life for enhancement method. In future, they will improve this false stack recommendation that you can click this file stack recommendation to use directly file stack that you have nearly this file stack recommendation, so you didn't need to search your Advanced Works anymore to apply this file stack recommendation. And another quality of life improvement is about worker user interface. In future, this worker menu will distinguish its color depend on your worker grade, so you can more easily identify your worker grade by seeing its name color. And also some quality of life improvement for novice inventory. In future, if you categorize as new or returning player, when you open your character inventory by pressing I, you also will open your novice inventory if you have access to this novice inventory. And for any other fix and change, I think all of this not a big deal. Okay, that's all feature update of Black Desert World that Prebis already announced at 18 September 2023. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. Welcoming new membership, Legend Z as gold member. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Doki, Angel, Ayrton, Snot, Soren, Alt, Afrilka, Elfamilia, Drunken Video, Jeff as gold member. And also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.